Hey everybody, welcome back to another draw along session. Today I found this image of this alligator and I liked it because it looks like it is a sneaky alligator, like it got away with something. Maybe it doesn't want you to know. But I like the big smile and all the teeth, the big eyes, and it just looked like a fun image to try to draw. So let's get into it. I haven't looked at this too closely for long. I don't know exactly where I want to start. I think I want to start with the head, or maybe the body. The body seems a little more straightforward to me. So I think I'm going to do the body. So it's going to come down to here. I think I'll start it up here and get its belly, wrap it around to its tail. And then I'll just put a line in here that's gonna be the bottom of its jaw and chin so that I can find the back. And it's gonna come around to the tail here. Maybe I need to put this up a little further. So it's gonna come from here down to the tail. That might be all right. Okay. I like that. I got this big shape for the body here, and the tail, and maybe I'll get its legs. Some down here. Foot. And its little toes, gator toes. And back up with the other side of the leg. All right. And then its other foot is just a little bit higher because it's further away. And the legs going behind the body. Its other little gator toe. Alright, we got some feet in there. This foot's not exactly level with the ground. I'll fix that. Okay. Alright, so we have the bottom part of its jaw here, which this line goes up and wraps around here. Okay, and then from in here, this is the end of its mouth, and then this will come all the way out here about. We'll get the teeth will come down and, okay, let's see. That's just gonna be a curved line coming out here. All right. And then up around the nostril. Okay. And we got this other curved line here for the other side of the other nostril. And then this oval shapes for the nostrils. All right, I can kind of see a little face coming in there. And then this line that comes off of his nose, I'm looking where this line ends in relation, excuse me, in relation to this curve for its mouth. And it looks like it's kind of up this way a little bit. All right. And then I think we have to get this eye, the eye that's closest to us here. This is gonna be a big eye because it touches this line, but then it also is hidden a little bit by alligator's cheek. So I'm not gonna draw it just yet, but I'm gonna ghost in. There we go. Okay, I think I'm seeing it. All right. And then its little eye looking off to the right side. I hope you can see that okay. Oh, you know what I noticed though? This line is like higher than the center of the alligator's eye, and if you notice in the image, this line is lower on the eye. So I'm gonna erase this line right here. I like where the eye is, but I'm just gonna bring this line down a little bit, and I think I need to bring this nostril down a little bit too. Yeah. All right. I don't want to get too caught up in trying to fix all my mistakes, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty of them, but it seems kind of an easy thing to take care of pretty quickly. And then this nostril kind of over here a little bit. The same height as this eye, and kind of just almost a half circle there going behind the nose, and then we can see his other eyeball coming out there, and then we have its eyebrows, which eyebrow closest to us here kind of covers this eye. Comes around the eye back this way. And then this eyebrow comes off of here and goes behind the eye here. All right, I like that. And then the back of its head comes off of this eyebrow and comes into cheek there. So it's just a curved line off of here, and there's the back of its head. All right, that's great. All right, we got the body, we got the legs, got the head going on there. I'm gonna hold off on doing the teeth for now. I'm gonna draw this line coming down its body that separates its belly from the side and the back, and it looks like that goes all the way to the tail. I think I drew these legs a little skinny and long, but it is what it is. So let's see, we can get this line. I am gonna pull the legs up a little bit higher because the line separating the lighter and the darker area does touch this leg and go behind the leg, and then it comes out from behind the leg and goes all the way up its neck. All right. And we got some lines under here. You know what? I'm gonna draw. No, that's. You know what? I'm gonna draw one a little further back over here, and then one a little further. All right, so I've got a couple extra lines there, but I know which ones I'm gonna use pen on. And then this line here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got about 5 lines here. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I drew it's a tall alligator, taller alligator than in the image, but I think it looks good. All right, now I want to get the spikes on the back. We got to make sure we do the eyebrows as well. So I thought that was the brow, but the eyebrows are above the head. So we got how many spikes? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, not 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have a couple up here. more spaced out than they are in the drawing, but that's okay. And then let's get his arms in there. Arms are pretty easy, just kind of swooping a line down. Got a few little gator fingers. And then the line back up. Little gator arm. And then this arm is kind of poking out from his body here, from behind his body. Got a couple little gator fingers, and it goes back up. All right. Let's see if we can get its teeth in there. We got 6 teeth. They don't go all the way to the end. They start in a little bit and a little sharper than the rounded edges of the spikes back here. I think I only got room for 5 teeth. All right, we only got 5 teeth. It's gonna have to work. Good. Oh, and the eyelashes up top floating above his head. Nice. This one's a little bit smaller. All right. I think that looks like an alligator. I like it. Let's take the pen out and get going there. All right, I'm gonna start with its body down here. Get this big long line here. Stop because it goes behind the leg. And then pop back out to finish the tail. Then I'll get this line that comes from the line of his back. Get that tail. Let's get the legs in here. I forgot to draw the, I got the toes, but it also looks like it's got toenails. So we'll do those with the pen here in a second. It looks like it's just a couple little lines here. There we go. And there's a couple little spots up here. We'll get those too. And the toenails. Let's get his arms. And this arm. I had to double check that I was recording just now after yesterday when I did a lot of my drawing without hitting record. I would have hated to do that 2 days in a row, but we got it. All right, I gotta remember where my little lines were down here. There was one there, one there, one there. I'm gonna start with the mouth line, the bottom of the mouth line. And it goes right up to that tooth. I might draw that tooth a little different when we get to it. And nostrils, and then the top of its mouth, or snout, or whatever they call it. I'm no gator expert. And there's these little little circles that are in the eye that I didn't draw in pencil, but I didn't forget about them. So we're gonna start drawing this circle, draw this little circle in the eyeball, and then draw that out. Nice, and we'll color in the eyeballs as well. This little circle, and then there. Okay, I think that's fine. And this eye. And then what I thought were originally its eyelids. I don't know, I guess those are its eyelids and these are its eyebrows. There we go. I know what's going on. All right, let's get these teeth. I feel like I'm gonna start with this tooth here because this tooth is obscuring some of the bottom of the mouth. So I wanna draw that in. Okay, I like that. Nice. And the back of his head. And then the spikes along the back. Wonderful. All right, let's color in the eyeballs. I don't feel like I'm doing a very good job coloring in these eyeballs. Kind of all over the place. But I think when if you look too closely at your drawings, they might look a little wonky. But you know, take a step back, take it all in, and it looks fine. Get these eyebrows. Oh, there's a couple little lines across its snout here I forgot about. Let's do those. Okay. Let's get a couple little spots over here. Okay, and I think I want to lightly pencil in everything that's green on here. It might give it some contrast and look all right, I think. So we're gonna be nice and patient drawing these lines. And take our time. I gotta color in those nostrils too, or else it might look funny. I do have markers. Oh, I gotta make sure that I don't color. Oh wait, I forgot a little end of the mouth there. Okay, and then it looks like the darker green stops right about there. So I want to make sure I don't color the bottom of his mouth. And I was saying I have markers. I could add some proper color to this, but I'm trying to keep it simple. I'm trying not to, for myself, I don't want to, all right, well now I gotta make sure I choose the right colors, and yeah, I don't know, maybe the colors I have aren't exactly the colors of the image, and do I like it? Does it look silly? I'm just trying to keep it simple, so I am intentionally not choosing images that have too many colors in them, just for simplicity, I'm trying to keep the barrier of entry for a drawing lower for myself. I don't want to complicate it too much for myself, so that I'm less intimidated and I'm more likely to show up and do the drawing, keep it as simple and accessible as possible for myself. If you are drawing along and you've got some crayons or markers, what have you, feel free. You know, whatever you think is fun, whatever you've got time for. Maybe I'll do some colors in the future. I'm gonna start off simple, maybe just a couple colors. I thought about doing a Spider-Man, you know, so you just got black, red, and blue. So that might be something I do one time. If you'd like to see a little Spider-Man, let me know. I've drawn a few of them before. It is my favorite superhero. And we can get one of those drawn. You may have noticed I colored over the spots here. That was because I intended to come back and draw over them again. You can always darken up something that's lighter, but you can't lighten up something that's dark, especially if you're using pen. So I thought that was all right. And then we'll get this last little hand here, and I think that might be it. So it's belly and its spikes are different colors, but like I said, just keeping it simple with the pen and the pencil, and I like it. There we go. It's a freaking gator, a little sneaky gator. I wonder what he's so sneaky about. Well, thanks for drawing along if you drew along, or watching if you just watched. I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.